Guys, welcome back to another big game preview. And I am so happy and excited because he's back. Sorry, Mike is here, everybody. Let's get into it. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome back to the Tree Derby preview as Forest will travel down to Southampton to take on Mike and his Saints. And I'm so excited to have Southampton back, mainly because Mike is back in the Premier League where he belongs. Mike, hope you're well. Chat, make sure you're subscribed to the OG from Beat the Drop, the one and only Matchday Vlogs. The link's in the title. All you gotta do is click that, go show him some love. And normally at this point, right, he doesn't know I'm about to say this. Normally I would say like, subscribe, and all this. But Mike, can you do it, please, man, with that sexy voice, man? Can you give us like and subscribe, like?
As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do you like that?
Oh, what a voice. I know the ladies have missed that voice. Mike, how are you, bud?
I'm doing very good. I like the OG of Beat the Drop, considering I was the first one to drop, as in, like, yeah. 25 points in the Premier League.
Is it 25?
I can't remember exactly, but
he beat Derby's record. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Just avoided that banana skin. But welcome back, mate. It's good to have you back. How have you been? Let's start there. How was Championship?
Do you know what? It was weirdly a pretty enjoyable season. I mean, it had its ups and downs, but we had our longest unbeaten run ever. That we went on. Funnily enough, after we went on a 4-game losing streak, and then we beat Leeds, and then we didn't lose a game until mid-February. It was utterly nuts. So we beat a record there, and then of course we had the joy of the playoff campaign, and we had a playoff semi-final second leg against West Brom, and I've never seen our stadium look that way. We had red flares going off everywhere. It literally looked like a crazy night in Belgrade. I mean, outside the front stadium, having 4,000 fans setting off pyro. You go and have a look at the videos on my channel. It was
I've watched them, mate. Of course I've watched them.
Utterly nuts. And then to have that result at Wembley was unreal. I mean, you guys know what it's like to go up through the playoffs, and that was a truly special thing. But that full-time moment to win 1-0 and then we were all in disbelief. And to be honest with you, we were all quietly quite happy with whatever. If we're all honest ourselves, we're thinking, like, do you know what? We've done all we can. We've come to Wembley. We're up against Leeds. They're heavy favourites, even though we've beaten them twice already in the league. And you know what? If we don't go up, we've enjoyed ourselves in the Championship. The fan base has never been this united before. And it was just a real special moment. But when that full-time whistle went, the scene, I was in disbelief. And you probably saw that clip at the Premier League promo with me screaming into my daughter's ear, we're Premier League. Yeah. All those stupid things you do as a football fan when you just emotions are just like, I don't know what's happening.
Why has my voice gone so high pitched?
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna record this and send it to the TV media.
I'm gonna let that go on YouTube. I don't care.
All that kind of madness, but it's a truly special thing. And this season, for the first time ever, we sold out season tickets. There's going to be waiting lists on memberships. There's going to be a limited number of tickets available for away fans to try and buy in the home end. It's a sellout on Saturday. You know, there's
not our end, mate. Not our end. So you might get some tickets back. Yeah, there's still some tickets going.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
It's not like us. Yeah, but no, I'm so glad you're back, and I'm so glad you left Leeds behind you as well, because you were right. They were real heavy favourites. I was like, show Southampton some respect, man. You know, and good for them.
That was crazy.
They can enjoy the Championship again. Why does everyone hate Leeds? I don't think there's a fan base, local rivals or non-local rivals. No one likes them.
Do you know, there was a part when they were top of the league, they were like, it's done. We've done it. And I think that whole kind of entitledness, and even us, when we were like in the automatics, we were thinking like, still a long way to go. This is a Championship. There are a lot of games. A lot of things can happen. You know, teams can lose a football match. It does happen. And I think that collapse of them losing away at QPR and, you know, against a relegation threatening QPR, and then it all just fall to pieces. It was just like, and then them saying, "Oh, we've never won it in the playoffs," and it's just like that whole kind of mentality was just like bringing it into action. So bit weird. I mean, I've got lots of friends that are Leeds fans, and
shout out Just Joe, quality channel.
Exactly, yeah. So they're a good bunch of guys, and but there are one or two out there that look,
maybe a little more than one or two. I know what you're saying.
5 or 6,000 or something like that. So,
yeah. But you're back in the Premier League. You just played Newcastle. How was it for those of the Forest fans that maybe didn't catch it or just saw the highlights on Match of the Day? I mean, I thought you were looking pretty tasty, mate.
It was good, and in all honesty, the red card ruined the game. Because we had to. Well, I'm not sure if we had to, but Russell Martin basically brought off our right back Sugawara. He was doing all kinds of crazy things and causing all kinds of problems. So we basically took off our right back, brought on an extra winger who's not exactly emphatic in Samadozi. And it kind of just meant that we had to go against the Newcastle, a top 6 side with one of the best defensive records in the league, and try and get a goal. And the goal that we conceded was playing out from the back. And, should the keeper be getting the ball in that position? It's debatable, but you just blast it into Road's Edge. So, but the key thing for me was the fact that I looked at their midfield, Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and was just thinking, how are we going to deal with this? Because that's where it could be won or lost. But we utterly bossed it. And I've never seen us lose a ball, get it straight back, jump in. I mean, Joe Aribo was basically putting in performance of his life because he knows there's lots of incomings to transfers that might be vying for his position. But I've not seen him play that well in a
He was, for me, your man of the match in that game. He was absolute quality.
Yeah, looked really good. And we were able to play our football in the Premier League and do it with confidence. So yeah, no, very positive.
Let's talk about one that's probably going to be a negative, at least from our side of it. You know where I'm going with this. Young Brereton Diaz. I don't think he's that young anymore. Look, we don't like him. I told you about the Sheffield United game, what he did with the away fans and what have you, even though they were already down. What an idiot. But he's ended up there for you. I think you were playing like a 3-5-2, weren't you, against what do you call it, Newcastle? And he was he playing up front, kind of drifting to the left? Was that kind of roughly where he was?
He was. I mean, weirdly, neither Ben Brereton Diaz or Adam Armstrong are strictly strikers. I mean, they can play in that position, but they're technically wingers. So, are we playing with sort of a false 9 all the time? Yeah, probably are at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, he was, playing up front for the majority of the game, and that's where he resided. So, but yeah, no, causing
you
all
like
kinds of
what he did with the red card?
Look, I think it's one of those ones you can read between the lines on this. Some things I'm about to say. If it happened the other way around, I'd be fuming, absolutely fuming. I don't like to see it, but the way I saw it was the fact that he knew he was getting a yellow card. He knew he was getting a yellow card for going in the back of Fabian Schär, sticking an elbow in. So he knew something was going to happen. So in his mind, he's thinking I've got to pull someone down with me here. And I was quite surprised that the red card was given in the way it was, because I thought Craig Pawson might have just taken a pause and thought, I'm just going to wait to hear in my ear. So the strange thing for me, and weirdly I quite like it, is the fact that he made a decision on the pitch. Whether it was right or wrong, I like the fact a referee made a decision on the pitch. If that went to VAR and he hadn't given a red card, that would have been given. He would have looked at it and thought, there's not enough in that. But letters of the law, if you lean in with your head like that and you make contact, it happens. So
he milked it.
It is a red card, but I don't like it. I don't like it.
He milked it. But what's interesting that I'm finding is you're quite upbeat and you lost. Yeah. I'm a little downbeat because we drew. We didn't even lose. We drew. Obviously, we were winning till the 86th minute. So are you guys heading into this game, even off the back of the loss? What's kind of the mentality in the fan base right now? Are you fancying your chances against Forest?
Yeah, it's buoyant. I mean, I think if you ask
just jump to straight away, mate. I at least pretend for a second. Right? Yeah,
it's going to be really tough. I think I'm not going to sleep between now and Saturday. It's going to be really, really
tree derby, mate.
Yeah,
big one on the calendar.
It's massive. I mean, just look how big that tree is there.
Hey, our tree's better, mate. Our tree's way better. I've always thought as a kid that was broccoli. I thought it was broccoli. I didn't. As a kid growing up, I thought it was broccoli, man.
Southampton known for broccoli. What's the
Sorry, I
question?
interrupted you.
No, I think we are quite confident because everyone going to Newcastle looked at that game and thought, "Yay, we're going away to Newcastle. Probably going to
Long
get
trip.
battered 4-0. It's going to be horrendous." So the fact that we all went there and 11 against 11, it looked really good. We were playing our football. We were able to keep hold of the ball. We were able to do what we've been doing so well in the Championship, in the Premier League, against a side who's going to be pushing for Champions League football.
Yeah.
And I think that away from home, first day of season, that's what's given us the kind of confidence and belief to think like, actually, we might not be a walkover. You know, this might work in the Premier League, and so I guess that would be the reason for us feeling confident and going into our first home game at St Mary's, where you know the away fans have been moved. There's going to be a whole northern wall set up differently, so
They moved them.
they moved them. So you've now got where the northern stand of where the away fans used to be. They've made that completely home end. They put safe standing across all of it, and there'll probably be like a tifo and flares and fireworks and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, the fireworks and the flames and all that.
Yeah. Oh,
So, wait, so are you still in your same seat?
We are still in the same seat, yes.
So you're not going to capture the away fans celebrating then? Like
No, because I'm not going to be celebrating because I won't score.
Very fair. Good. All right. Good. So you won't be able to catch them though, if they, were to.
I've got a plan. Don't worry.
Oh, it's got a plan.
Yeah.
Second camera off a little one of them freaking, what are they called?
I understand the demographic of my channel. I understand there's some people that have sick minds that they just want to see me with a short face guy like, no way. And seeing away fans say, I get it. I But
he's got it covered, chat. He's got it covered.
I've got it good. Don't worry. But it will be a strange thing because I think the away fans, where they were, we had acoustic experts come into the stadium. I like that term because it basically means someone came in there and just went, yeah, over there. And that'd be 10 grand, please. Thank you very much. Move them over there. Yeah, so where they were before basically meant that the acoustics were channeling the away fan noise all the way down the pitch. So when you put them in the corner, basically it disperses differently. So that there's kind of like a crossover kind of thing. I'm guessing how much that is going to actually make a difference. But I guess the best way to describe it now for anyone that's been to the King Power is it's going to be like the King Power.
Okay.
But better.
Okay.
Because it's red.
It's red. Well, I'll agree with you on the red bit.
Yeah, great inside there.
You're not sorry, Mike, right now, man. You're a bit of cocky, Mike. It's good to see this side of you, man. Let's see how long it lasts, right?
Give it 3 weeks.
3 whole weeks. Okay. So just looking at the Forest team, right? What you see in there, is there anything that scares you? Anything you see in terms of weaknesses? Any players in particular that are worrying you?
I think our midfield looks pretty strong. And Morgan Gibbs White was causing problems.
Come on, man! It's like, why does everyone always start Morgan Gibbs White and they come on? Oh, go on.
Alanga, Hudson-Odoi. Is that better?
I'm not Alanga's biggest.
I'm not going to come out and say, "Oh, I'm scared of Chris Wood." Am I?
Clip him when Woodinho scores the hat trick. When Woodinho scores the hat trick, I want this moment clip.
Oh, I love it.
Cristiano Woodinho, mate, not just Woodinho.
That's a good one. I like that.
Thank you.
I don't know really because he's kind of become a bit more of a prominent player for you, really. So, but yeah, I don't really know, if I'm completely honest, how it's going to compare. In regards of what you're going to do off the ball. If we're able to keep possession in that kind of way. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Is that what you think you will be doing? Will Martin be looking to keep the ball, dominate possession, play a high line? Is that kind of what we can expect?
I think so. I think he'll play through at the back because I think that weirdly we saw that and it was quite offensive on Saturday against Newcastle. Yeah. So I think that whole kind of reassurance of having the 3 centre halves at the back, they also shore us up for if something goes wrong or we lose possession, can we get it back quickly? But that midfield battle is going to be massive. So, regards to whoever you start on Saturday, that will make a key difference for us really. But plucky Southampton will be certainly fighting their case.
Did you really use that word, man? The
Everyone, all these
Luton
pundits
word.
using the word plucky, even on the was it Paddy Power advert
I
saying that.
can't. I can't. The amount of times I heard Plucky Luton last year, it's like they're a fucking airport, man, in Bedfordshire. Like seriously, no one cares about anything to do with Luton apart from leaving it on a plane. But okay, so who should we be worried about then? Like, you've kept the core, haven't you, of your
Yeah,
team?
we kept
Like,
the
is there
core.
anyone who should like scare us?
Scare you? I think it'd probably be maybe Ben Brereton Diaz because he's in your head already. He's the one that's been causing lots of problems in regards to sort of winding up fan bases. I mean,
Yeah,
he had the entire St James's Park on a string. It was absolutely hilarious
yeah.
to see him get brought down all the time, and then like, rah, it's like a goal had been scored. Um, but in midfield, I mean, Flynn Downs is really the core of the Southampton squad, and the fact that we bought him as because he was a loan player that we had with no obligation to buy. So that was a big risk for us, going into the season, thinking like, right, we've got to get this deal done. And the fact that we got it done early is great. We could be going towards the end of August and still be thinking like, is Flynn going to come back? So it's massive to have him involved from the start. So Flynn Downs will be one that will be, getting the ball back and, pushing the ball out wide and through the pitch really. So, but other threats really, I mean, I'm guessing we're going to see the same lineup as we did on Saturday. So I would say watch out for Shugarara on that right side. Little backstory in case anyone's wondering, why is Carl Walker-Peters not been sold? He's effectively got a year left on his contract. So the club's in a position now where they're thinking, well, we either sell him and get a bit of money or we just keep him to avoid relegation. And Shugarara was brought in as a replacement for Carl Walker-Peters.
And he's been playing on the left, hasn't he, Carl Walker-Peters for you?
Exactly, because he's versatile and he can do that. Yeah. And, when we had Tino Livramento, who then went on to Newcastle United, Carl Walker-Peters did exactly that because Tino favoured the right side, so Carl Walker-Peters said, I'll play on the left. And I actually personally think he's a bit better on the left, if I'm honest, from what I've seen. He just plays with a little bit more caution. Because that would be the worry on my side, the defensive side of the game, because he's not, well, he's a wing back, isn't he? So he's not going to be absolutely huge. So, those wing back positions and the strike force and Ben Brereton Diaz really. So yeah.
Well, okay. I'm slightly changing the subject because I have to ask you, and I promise you, I haven't spoken to Mike about this off air, right? Because I wanted to get an honest answer on him. Shay Adams or Shay Adams. I don't know which way he pronounces it, right?
Okay, me neither.
Which one is it? You don't know either?
I'd say Shay Adams. Shay Adams.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think I say Shay. I don't know. Anyway, right? I got pelters because I was so against him coming to Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't like what I'd seen him in Southampton, in internationals and everything. But he did score goals for you. I just want to know, as a Southampton fan, what was your rating of Shay Adams? I know it's null and void now because he's gone, but I just need to know for my own sanity. Was he good or was he crap? What was your kind of thoughts on him?
There was a lot of question marks whether he found his level in the Championship. We got him from Birmingham City. He was banging goals all the time. Everyone got really excited. Oh, we're getting Shay Adams. It's going to be amazing. He's scoring like 50 goals a season, all this kind of crazy stuff. But everyone's just like, yeah, it's in the Championship though. This is very different. Can he do it in the Premier League? Shay had some moments in a Southampton shirt which were quite literally unforgettable in terms of Wolves. Yeah, down the arm. He's also scored some very special goals. I mean, he scored from the halfway line. His first goal for Southampton was on the halfway line against Man City in that 1-0 win. He scored the winning header 3-2 away at Spurs. So he's had some special moments, but he's had those moments where it'd be harder to miss than score, and he's missed. Yeah. So, and I think
was that
really,
handball header. Was that Wolves or Leicester? It was Wolves, wasn't it?
Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, Wolves. That was atrocious.
Yeah, but I think for him, I mean, he's obviously got talent, and he can, when he strikes the ball well, it's something else really. But I just think maybe he found his level at the Championship and outside of that. But confidence is a massive thing in football, and maybe if he went on a run, it would have been very different. But I certainly send him off with the very best regards, and wish him well for the future. He did a good service to the club.
So there you go. I was right. He's crap. He's just saying it in a nice way, right? All right. Speaking about back to the match and predictions here. I got two questions. Let's start with your predictions on the game. Because you come in here as cocky Mike now, right? Am I right and safe in assuming you're thinking in the first game back, St. Mary's gonna be bouncing? You got new camera positions for your vlog and everything. Make sure you check Mike's vlog out after the game when he's crying. What are you thinking the game's gonna be like? Predictions, mate.
My prediction for the game, I can see it starting out similarly to how it did against Newcastle. I can see us keeping a fair bit of possession. I mean, look, okay, by the end of the game, there was only 10 Newcastle players on the pitch, but we finished that game with like 78% possession. It was utterly crazy. So, but even before the incident, it was still very high in the favour of Southampton. So I can see us keeping possession. We still haven't resolved the goalkeeping position. We've still got Alex McCarthy. It's no secret.
How old is he now?
He must be early 30s.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. I don't know if I'm
He's old.
He's old.
He's older than me and you, mate.
Maybe.
Shut up. Shut up. Carry on. Continue.
So we haven't resolved the goalkeeper position. So I would say that we might be susceptible to concede. But we, with all respect to Forest, we have to be looking at all our home fixtures as we get something out of this. Our home form is going to be absolutely massive this season. I mean, the only reason we got 25 points in the Premier League campaign last time out was our away form. Our home form was terrible. We had 2 wins at home all season, and weirdly did the double over Leicester and Chelsea in that season. But our home form is going to have to be massive. So we have to be looking at this as a big game that we can get something out of. So I can. Are you asking me for a score prediction now? We're doing this. All right.
I mean, this isn't your first rodeo, mate.
It's not.
You know the questions.
It's not
the question. Yeah.
Well, considering we haven't bought a striker yet, actually we bought Cameron Archer. So
you got Cameron Archer, the one that Sheffield had and went back to Villa, and that guy.
Yeah. It's all looking like a money.
He was crap for them last year, man.
He still scored 1 or 2 goals, though, didn't he? He had a couple of bad
exactly. I suppose at Sheffield, that's impressive.
Exactly. Ben Burton Diaz scored 6 goals in that terrible Sheffield United side. Exactly. So I guess these are kind of stats you have to look into. So yeah, I can see this one. Like I said, I can see you scoring, but I think it's going to be 2-1 Saints.
It was going so well for you, mate. It really was. I've got one more question. I need to know the answer to this one. Who's going down?
That's the kind of question you want in April, not in August.
No, this is no. I want it here so I can clip you and then remind you in April.
After what I saw from one game in the Premier League, I think we've got enough to do it. And considering how many signings and extra additions we're looking at strengthening, I'm feeling fairly confident about us. If I had to look elsewhere, it gets really hard because there are lots of other clubs. Because you look at the newly promoted sides, and even more so, maybe more so than last season, like there isn't a huge difference. Well, I look at all the clubs that stayed up last season, I'm thinking like, well, they're probably going to do a bit better this season because they've sorted their crap out. So if I had to put my 3 in, sorry, Chappie, I'm going to put in Leicester, just down to the points deduction. This is going to be our first time in the Premier League with points deductions going on, so not used to this.
Exciting! You missed last season shenanigans, mate. I'll say, it's very stressful. Yeah.
You naughty boys. So I'm going to put in Leicester. I'm going to put in Ipswich because Broja is going to want to go back to Chelsea, so he's going to throw a few games. And this is where it gets really hard because I'm on this channel.
You're thinking Forest, aren't you?
No.
You son of a bitch.
No, I'm going to say Everton.
Oh, I wonder what Everton Michael said. I'm going to WhatsApp him.
Because everything that's going on at the moment is just like there's murmurings of like there's so much like uncertainty, and they're not buying anyone, and they're selling defenders, and I'm thinking like you're selling defenders and you're around this end of the table. It's just like you don't do that. So But do you know what? That third spot could be anyone.
Yeah.
Could
To
be
be honest, I
anyone.
think Everton Mike would agree with you at
Yeah.
the moment. He's throwing the fit over Dyson out there playing and everything going on. And I don't think it's a bad shout. I don't think it's a bad shout. Jack, do you agree with Mike? He's saying Ipswich, Leicester, Ipswich, and Everton. I think that'll be a popular choice amongst the viewers. I think. I'd rather switch Everton out for Brentford.
Yeah, it depends what happens with Ivan Toney, doesn't it? If he
Yeah.
gets his big money move.
Yeah.
But look, they beat Palace at the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah,
So,
they cheated though, didn't they? As Brentford would, because that free kick from Eze should have stood. But the whole other
yeah.
story. Yeah. Listen, Mike, it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to keep doing this. Guys, if you want Mike back on Beat the Drop, I'm sure he doesn't want to technically be there because the title insinuates, stress. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you guys still want to see that show. But more importantly, make sure you've subscribed to Match Day Vlogs. It's in the title. You just got to click it. Go show my boy Mike some love. What you got coming up, Mike, for the viewers to see?
What we got? Well, you're probably not going to edit this in time for our live show tonight, but we've got.
They can watch it on repeat though.
They can watch it on repeat, exactly. Yeah. And I'll be saying similar stuff to what I'm saying right now. So if you like that, then go and check it out. Of course, we've got the game at the weekend, so there'll be footage and a vlog from that, seeing all our reactions. Hopefully catching up with some Saints fans after. There's a whole new Saints fan zone built around the stadium now, so there's going to be loads of great stuff going on. And so yeah, the word kind of stuff, and yeah, the rest of the content going towards the end of the season. So go and check that out. YouTube, TikTok, all the things. And
he's big on TikTok now. Like we're in TikTok royalty right here.
It's big when you go to an away game and the away fans recognise you in the ground.
I was wondering why your head had got bigger, mate. I was wondering why your head had got bigger, and now it makes sense with all the TikTok stuff. Yeah, all this cocky Mike stuff. It's not because of what Southampton doing on the pitch. It's because he's world famous on TikTok right now. I'll leave the TikTok link as well in the description for you guys. Mike, it's good to have you back, buddy. Thank you so much for giving us your time now that you're big time and everything. We appreciate it. And chat, we will see you on the next video. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Come on, you Reds.